Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome to our second video, and today we're going into why a cortisol detox. So, can you please let me know how you felt after that first video we had that Jess Bell and I did? Was it supportive in helping you to understand cortisol? High, low cortisol? Pop a 1 in the comments if that was clear for you and it was helpful for you. And can you let me know who resonated with high cortisol or low cortisol, or you felt yourself in between worlds? It's like I'm feeling both. Yeah, resonated with both. Okay. Pauline, you'll definitely be able to access video 1. It's already in the portal, so hopefully you will just click in there. As you go into the portal, make sure you go into the active part to click on the links, not just the view section. Sam has put a video in there for you all. Let me know if my sound drops or if I glitch. We've had a bit of dodgy internet here today, so I'm mic'd up just to help with sound. So let me know if anything goes haywire. Okay, so in the portal, I just want to remind you that the workbook is now loaded into the portal. It's just really simple, easy for you to do. What was that, Elaine? Oh, you're on mute.
I can hear me. What's your problem? No, it's excellent. It really is. There's lots of wonderful information in there.
Great.
Yeah, I had to remember how to download, and once I worked that one out, printing was fine. It was excellent. Yeah,
Great.
really good. And
Awesome.
Sam has done a brilliant job once more.
She has, I just have to put it into a Google Doc and write all the documents and the PDFs, and then she makes
And it
them
magically appears.
she makes them beautiful and printable and loads them into the portal. So I couldn't do
Yeah,
this without Sam. She's
yeah,
definitely my right-hand angel in everything I
yeah,
create.
absolutely.
Yes, thanks, Elaine. And then also in there is a checklist that you can go to. There's a whole document we've created and she's created visually for you on circadian rhythms and helping to adjust that. But there's also like progress PDF there that you can do to monitor your progress, because this isn't like a lot of cortisol detoxes out there. I'm not just focusing on weight here, right? That's kind of like the least of our concerns really when we've got these issues. Yes, we want to make sure that we feel good in our bodies and we're not too heavy, etc. But unless you deal with the sleep aspect and what's happening and regulating hormones like cortisol and serotonin and melatonin release, unless you do all of that and start sleeping again, the weight's not going anywhere. So this is more to help you keep track with everything that's going. Does that make sense, my loves? So, and feel free, you can be monitoring it. Now, I really want to recap on some of the things. So we have everyone starting with the MetaPower bundle, which is the MetaPower Advantage and the Assist, the oil, the blend of MetaPower, and then also the Lifelong Vitality. In other countries, this pack doesn't look exactly like this. So some of you just have the MetaPower system, and then next month, you're either going to get the Lifelong Vitality, or depending where you are, you're going to get this one, the VMG Plus, which is the multivitamins and the greens and the omegas. I'm so sorry, I forgot to bring the bottle of omegas in here, but the new omegas by doTERRA. The Lifelong Vitality has the omegas in here with the multivitamins and with the Alpha CRS. So Joanna Rosling on Saturday, she is an incredible woman, is going to talk about why these supplements are so important for this. As a clinician, I could have come in with anything for this cortisol detox. I really could have had an essential oil focus in here, and there definitely will be essential oils. I don't think I could ever create anything without essential oils, right, for you all. However, what I really want to plug you into is something that is sustainable. something that's going to nourish you from the inside out and help alter not just cortisol, but your overall health and well-being. I'm going to speak a little bit into how they help with cortisol detox and why I've chosen those today. But like I said, Joanna will go deeply into it on Saturday. The other thing is when you have these foundational supplements, you know very easily it takes the stress off. We want to reduce the stress from things like what to order each month, how to take it, how to use things, what to do. Is it safe? So I've kept this as simple as possible. Yeah, and if you have any questions, please just continue to ask us and let us know. So let's recap. Again, I'm going to look at my notes because I really want to stay on point with everything. So we're going to recap what is cortisol and why it's important for those that missed the first one. So give me a minute of your time. So remember, cortisol is a hormone produced by your adrenal glands to help us with responding to stress. Okay, when high stress hits, do you remember what happens? Cortisol floods your system, goes straight into your blood system, okay, your bloodstream. So it's essential. It's an essential hormone for a variety of functions in the body. Who remembers some of those functions? Metabolism's one of them, right? Regulating metabolism. Now, if you've got dysfunctional cortisol, your metabolism's out of whack. That's why you need these angels, okay? It's also going to throw your blood sugar levels out of whack. Again, these are going to help with that also. So you're not just reaching for junky, caloric foods, high calorie, high energy foods because you're exhausted. It's also going to, cortisol is also going to help reduce inflammation. Now, when cortisol is dysregulated, your inflammatory response in your body is not working at its optimal. So can you see why we need a cortisol detox? We need to get all these systems back on track again, my loves, right? So cortisol, when it's chronically elevated, which is due to ongoing stress, right, can create so many issues in the body, as we've seen, right? I want you to put a 7 if you struggle with very good quality sleep. You're like, sleep? Whoa, what's that? Where's that? Where'd you go, sleep? Who struggles with sleep, whether that's falling asleep or waking up, not getting enough sleep, right? Put a 7 if sleep is a bit of an issue for you and that you long to get good quality sleep again. So the same can be said for low cortisol. It's also detrimental for health. And I think Jess and I demonstrated that in video 1, right? So in either scenario, a reset is essential. And that's what this is. It's a reset. So the cortisol detox and the idea behind it was I wanted to deliver something to you that was safe, simple, and effective so that you can just plug in every day. Okay, so some of you are going to take your Meta Power Advantage in the morning. You're going to whiz it up in 30 mils of water and you're going to down it like a shot glass. Remember, as soon as you reconstitute this in water, it wakes up, it becomes alive. Think of this as, when you dehydrate, if you had really good quality dehydrated fruit, nuts, no chemicals in it, no preservatives, they're alive, right? They're alive. They're thrumming with life force. That's this. 9 collagen tripeptides. That means 9 different types of collagen. And they're working with all different functions in the body. They're working to help bring the body back to its natural state. So this is vital to a reset, to this detox that we're talking about. So some of you are going to take it first thing in the morning and some of you are going to take it in the evening before sleep, which is me. And then others like Jess Bell, who are chronically fatigued and have experienced burnout, you'll probably take it in the afternoon when you hit that slump. Now, I'm not giving you these options to confuse you. If you don't know when to take it, just start somewhere. Start first thing in the morning and see how that sets you up for the day. Give it a week, give it a month doing that. And then compare it to doing it half an hour or so before bed and see if that changes it. So my beautiful friend Jody is in here saying morning for me, and I know she's experimented. She's experimented with different things in her life. She knows how to listen to her body, right? Listen to your body, become more in tune with it, my darlings. And I honestly believe this detox is going to support you with that. And then the other thing, of course, that's going to help is your lifelong vitality, or, of course, the VMGs with the omegas, right? Now, you want to take a full dose of this is 2 of each in the morning and 2 of each in the afternoon or evening. If you're just starting for the first time with this, you might want to start at a half dose or even a quarter dose if you're highly sensitive or you've had a lot of medical issues in the background. Again, tune in, listen to your body. The VMG Plus, which not everyone can order around the world, but for Australia and New Zealand market, if you get pill fatigue, you don't want to take 6 of these in the morning and then another 6 in the afternoon or evening, right? I would recommend you get on your back office, your customer account, and you order this with the new omegas that they've made. The new omegas, you take 3 of them, they're quite large, you chew them, and they just taste like wild orange. They are full of wild orange, which increases the uptake of the omegas. This is all advanced formulation by doTERRA. If this was a 10 out of 10, this is like a 12 or 15 out of 10, right? They've upped the ante. They've increased it, increased the goodness in here. They've added greens, lots of greens in here. It's amazing for mitochondrial health, along with the MetaPower, that system that we're taking. Both of these are feeding that. And you only need, you'll see it at the back here, 1 sachet per day in, again, in a glass of water. That's it. That's all you need. And again, I like to use the whiz stick for this rather than stirring it because it can get lumpy, but stir with a fork if you like. So why is this detox so important? I want you to just put why you think it's important. What do you think is going to be amazing for you from this detox? Like, are some of you thinking, hallelujah, I'm going to have energy, yay? Are some of you thinking, I'll stop being so crabby, I'll stop hating myself, I'll stop feeling like I can't do anything because I have no energy and I lack confidence and I have anxious feelings every time I think about going anywhere because I'm so tired, right? So, yes, Stacey, energy is life. You don't have much if you don't have it. Absolutely, honey. I love that. And I love the simplicity of what you've said. Better sleep, more energy, inflammation reduced. I love all of these comments. It tells me you know why you're here. You know why you're here. Better sleep is more energy, absolutely. And it's quality sleep we're after, right, Elaine? And everyone else that commented on that. So, over time, sustained levels of dysregulation occurring in your hormone called cortisol is going to produce strange effects in your body, right? We're clear on that. So with high cortisol, weight gain, sleep issues, energy fluctuations, hormonal imbalances, mood imbalances, right? For low cortisol, chronic fatigue, chronically fatigued. That means exhausted, you are wiped out, you have crashed and burned. It's been going for a long time, and now you are at the point where you've got nothing left to give. Your reserves are consumed. Everything's been used. It's all been consumed out there in life. Shh, gone. So, because of this, you end up with a very poor stress response. And I want you to understand that's what can lead to the depression and the anxious feelings and the panic attacks and the low confidence, the low self esteem. For me, one of the ways that manifested was I became scared to drive a car. I lost my confidence with it. Spatial ability was going, eyesight was dropping, I was very dizzy and developed vertigo as well from all of this, right? And I remember wondering, am I ever going to come back from this? Am I ever going to drive again? Of course I am, and it's okay. And, we know things like this too shall pass, but when you're in the thick of it, it's difficult, isn't it? Give me a 10 if you felt or experienced something where you've gone, is this ever going to end? And you can't see the wood for the trees. You can't see the light at the end of the dark tunnel. So when the body struggles to maintain balance, which is what happens when it's too high or too low, it disrupts natural processes. So, the doTERRA supplements and the essential oils, right, whether it's the touch oils or the 15 mil single notes or blends, play a crucial role in the restoration of balance, whether it's too high or too low. So the MetaPower system and the Lifelong Vitality and the VMGs provide essential nutrients to help the adrenal glands to function optimally, right? Because when your adrenals are not functioning, you are going to experience extreme fatigue, brain fog, digestive disruption. So you want to, and again, we have a guide with essential oils. You want to look at essential oils to be diffusing and aromatically dressing, getting them on your body and on your pulse points. So aromatic dressing, you're putting them in a bowl with a carrier oil, like the doTERRA fractionated coconut oil or the jojoba if you have that one. And add things like tulsi, frankincense, balance, adaptive, magnolia, citrus oils. So citrus oils are phenomenal for mood regulation and modulation, right? And emotional regulation. And they're also going to help regulate the body's stress response to help stabilize cortisol production. And this is then going to offer support to both the elevated and diminished levels. It's going to help begin to bring you back to balance, right? So this is why we're doing this detox. So by supporting cortisol balance through a detox, we help the body to reset and to find its natural rhythm, both in sleep, which are your circadian rhythms, and in life. This will then allow the adrenal glands to recover from the strain of that chronic stress. Chronic means ongoing. Acute is right here, right now, and it lasts a short period of time. And often acute pain can accompany it. And you'll have a reset with a bodywork therapist, for instance, and you'll notice your body feels relaxed and you feel less stressed. Have you experienced that before? Headaches coming on, you're getting lots of headaches, and then your neck gets put back in, or your lower back, you get a tweak in your body system. And structurally, you're placed back into your natural state, and that helps take off the stress from the rest of your body, right? So you want to make sure that during this, you are moving your body. You're moving your body. You're breathing. You're coming into consciously moving and breathing and meditating and being mindful and being still. And again, I have practitioners through this whole program that are going to be sharing that with you. So as you help the body to reset its natural rhythm, you therefore allow the adrenal glands to recover from the strain of this chronic stress. And at that same time, what's happening simultaneously, right, is you're promoting healthy energy levels, mood regulation, overall well-being. So all of a sudden, your immune system starts to function the way it's meant to. The inflammatory response rectifies itself, right? Moods start to balance out. It's okay to feel what you feel emotionally. It's okay to have that wave of emotion, energy in motion. It's not to suppress them, but we need to be able to emotionally regulate ourselves, otherwise we'll stress ourselves. So this detox then becomes this essential way of helping your body to restore its balance. It's going to reduce the impact of stress and strain on you. It's going to help reset the adrenal glands and help your metabolism to function optimally. So hello, MetaPower system. And I'm seeing some comments in there. I don't think, the UK has VMG, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of countries that don't have this yet. It just got released at the last convention. In America and Canada, they have them, right? So we don't have them yet around the world. They're usually released at our conventions. Okay, so just keep focusing on this. Like I said, this is a 10 out of 10. This is won awards for one of the best supplements in the world. It's bioavailable. Our system is sustained by it. So just keep going with this. Okay, so let's break down the foundational supplements. The supplements are designed to provide comprehensive nutritional support, including vitamins, minerals, essential fatty acids, antioxidants, and all of these are critical for reducing inflammation and supporting healthy adrenal function. You have to have them, and you're not getting what you need from food. I'm going to touch on food as well in this session, okay, because I think that's super important. The omega fatty acids, so in the omegas, whether it's this or the new omegas that they've released, are going to help with reducing inflammation. This is so important for healthy body systems to be operating, to reduce pain, right? It's going to help support brain function and overall well-being, of course, as you respond to stress. Remember, I was saying it's going to work with the body stress response, these omegas, because your stress response and your moods are impacted when you don't have enough fat in your daily life. You need fats. You need to consume fats. Okay, it's vital. All right. How are we going? Are you still with me? Can I have a 5 in the comments if you're still with me, awake and alive? Because a lot of you are off screen, so I'm not seeing everyone's face. Okay. Yay, you're all here. So the omegas are actually going to help balance cortisol levels. So do not take them out of your daily supplement intake. You must have them. And who here feels themselves on swinging or going up and down with moods and emotions, and you're wondering like, what just happened? I was feeling fine a minute ago, and now I have no idea what's just gone, what's just happened. Who feels that? Pop a yes. Okay, Susie's saying definitely. Give me a yes if your moods are all over the place, because your omegas are going to support you with this. The nutrition that's bioavailable and the micronutrients found in these supplements are going to help feed you. Most people are starving. Most people are dehydrated. In this bottle here, I have what I spoke about in video 1, the MetaPower Recharge. Okay, you need to sustain yourselves. This is vital. Otherwise, you're going to be starving yourself. You're going to be, reaching for crappy foods, and it's going to plummet your mood and totally disrupt your sugar levels. Okay, the MetaPower system. Honestly, this is my favorite system. Oh, I cannot sing its praises highly enough. This is the system that changed my life and began to reverse everything. This system is about metabolism. This system is about reversing your biological age. It's not anti-aging. Okay, this is definitely around anti-aging, and it will help, it'll help reverse your biological age to some extent. But the combination, the synergy of these two is what is reversing, or the new VMG, okay? The supplements and this is the synergy between them that is creating these crazy differences for people, like biological ages. A lady in Indo, I think she was 71, and the doctor told her biological age was now 55. What the heck? That's fantastic, right? So this is about reverse aging, right? So notice the difference. It's not anti-aging, all right? Yeah, there are so many stories like that, Jody. I can see you going, wow, I saw Elaine's eyebrows lift with that as well. Anna Foley, you're asking me, do I go between the LLV and VMG? I'm going to be totally honest with you. Paul absolutely thrives with this. My husband, Paul, he doesn't go, if he goes a day without this, he feels it, right? He doesn't go a day without it. He's taking this as well and loving it. For me, this is what I'm having. I'm just finding it easier to consume. It's just a lot of pills for me. I don't like it. My tummy doesn't tend to like it. I feel a bit ugh from it. I love the powder form of the Advantage, and then just one of these before, my biggest meal. 10 minutes before, sometimes just before if I forget, 10 or 20 minutes before. And if I go out, I'll take one of these. Does that help? And I also am very vigilant with taking Terrazymes daily, so 2 before bed to help with my digestive function as I sleep, and a PB Assist as well, or PB Restore, now from America. And that's about your gut biome, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So I want you to look at essential oils now because I want you to begin this journey now with understanding essential oils and go into the Thinkific portal and have a look at some of the things I have. It's not a hugely extensive list because, again, I don't want to overwhelm you, but I do highlight Tulsi because I think Tulsi is an unsung hero for balancing and regulating cortisol, right? So the essential oils like, your lavenders, frankincenses, magnolia, get the magnolia out and use this to de-stress. The adaptive in your diffuser, the adaptive touch has lots of magnolia if you don't have this, right? Get it onto you. And the tulsi in your aromatic dressing, even before sleep with some Shinrin Yoku and Siberian fir is beautiful. And you can also wear that during the day to keep your stress levels down. 2 drops of each in about 10 ml of carrier oil or 15 ml of carrier oil, 3 drops of each. It doesn't matter if a bit extra happens, it's fine. It's going to nourish your skin and really feed your skin, the largest organ of your body. And it's also going to help regulate these beautiful systems that I'm talking about, help them to return to their natural state. You want to keep your cortisol in check because it can really adversely affect blood sugar levels, right? And have you craving nasty things. So fluctuations in blood sugar then lead to spikes in cortisol. Every time that spike occurs in your blood sugar and in your cortisol, you are aging. You're actually physically aging. You're biologically aging, right? So this is imperative to take. It's imperative you have this, even if not just once a day, twice a day. If you have it with your biggest meal or biggest carb loaded meal, and then you go out that night and you know that that meal's just not necessarily going to be the thing that you're used to, take another one before it and take Terrazymes, digestive enzymes with it. Right? They work well together. When it first came out, it was said you can't take the Terrazymes and the Assist together. You definitely can. It's not a problem. So let's look at reducing inflammation. So when you're supporting your body system with nutritional levels increasing, you must increase your nutritional levels. You're providing anti-inflammatory support because your body is less likely to trigger an inflammatory stress response when it is fed, when it is well hydrated, right? Cortisol is the silent killer, remember, right? So we want to do everything we can to lay foundations. So what we're doing with these in this detox is we are laying solid foundations. Instead of it being sandy foundations, these sandy foundations are, yeah, I take them once in a while, or yeah, I have it like once a week or when I remember. Yeah, no, that's sandy foundations. So as soon as a big wind comes, i.e., anything that triggers a stress response in you, it's going to knock you out. Cortisol levels will spike. You're going to feel exhausted. You'll feel wiped out because you'll be running on adrenaline, right? To try and prevent yourself from becoming harmed during that stress response. So when we support metabolic function with this incredible system, right, when we're supporting that, we're allowing our body now to function at a more optimal metabolic rate. And then we reduce the need for cortisol to help with energy regulation. Do you understand that? So if we work with our metabolism, my loves, it's like cortisol comes in and other body systems are coming in to try and give you energy, right? Something that will happen with that stress, that inflammatory stress response I was talking about, is people are in constant flight, fight, freeze, right? And fall. They're just like, oh my gosh, the world's collapsing around me. So you stay in that sympathetic overdrive. So serotonin, another hormone, is being constantly pumped through your body, right? So you don't eat as much necessarily because your body's constantly on the go. And so then you're reaching, that's where the danger is. You're reaching for those high caloric foods, bags of chips, hot chips, takeaway, fried foods, all of that, lollies, chocolate, all of that. So as you balance blood sugar levels with all of these systems combined, you're balancing all of your systems, okay? And as you balance your blood sugar and you become more conscious of what's happening and how to keep those levels stable in your blood sugar levels, you're going to prevent cortisol from being released unnecessarily. And on top of all this, you're going to nourish your adrenal glands. The vitamins, minerals, antioxidants in all these supplements are supporting your adrenals, helping them to recover from this chronic stress, which means they're going to operate more efficiently, right? So, quick summary. Are you with me still? Yes? Great. Quick summary. Cortisol detox. Super important that you stick to this for the 90 days because it's going to help reduce the harmful effects of chronic stress on your body. Your foundational supplements of the Lifelong Vitality, VMG Plus, your omegas, and the Meta Power System, and your essential oils are all going to work together synergistically to support balanced cortisol levels by reducing inflammation, supporting metabolic function, balancing blood sugar, and nourishing your adrenal glands. So, I'm going to touch now on something I'm super passionate about: food, nourishing yourself, feeding yourself. Like I said, most people live dehydrated and most people are starving and they don't even know it. They are starved of very good food. I'll never forget when I first started running classes, which is how I met some of you here, some that are local to here. When I started running food classes, people were amazed at how incredibly tasty and nutrient dense and filling the food was that I created. And not only was it filling in that moment, it was sustained energy for them, a sustained slow energy release rather than just a high impact sugar release, right? Now, this is a very, very personal area, right? You're going to have elements of subjectivity come in because of how you choose to eat. Some of you are carnivores, some of you just, you're paleo, you're plant-based, you're flexible, you are flexitarian, you're pescatarian. I don't know, like there's so many different things out there. And PJ, one of the keynote speakers that will be in this, is going to speak to metabolism, and she'll cover food things as well and what made a big difference for her and her husband. For me, I'm still plant-based, so I've got to work with what I need to work with, right? So I still have the occasional bit of sourdough. If I have bread, it's going to be really good quality sourdough bread, fermented, it's lacto fermented. It's cooked very slowly. So I eat fermented foods. For some people, it just doesn't work for their gut, but for others, it does. So here are some examples of foods that can support this cortisol detox. And again, just fit in with what works for you. So remember this: proteins and fats work very well together for sustainable energy, fuel for your body, right? When you put them together, then with a really good carb, like a high fiber carb, you have sustained energy rather than a sugar hit, right? So for those that have breakfast, you want to look at things like avocado, eggs, hemp seed oil, that's all high in omegas and beautiful essential fatty acids. Same with the hemp seeds, right? Maybe you have some nitrate free organic bacon that you're going to put with that as well, right? For those of you who are fasting, it's a good way to break your fast as well. If you do like intermittent fasting or longer fasting, be really aware of how you're breaking your fast, not to just go to something with sugars like fruit that's going to convert straight to sugar. Go for locally grown as much as you can, because all the pesticides, herbicides, fungicides that are sprayed in your supermarkets are affecting your body system as well. Okay, so this is increasing the toxic load in your body. It's going to increase stress. It's going to increase cortisol production. It's going to increase the risk of dis-ease in your body. So, healthy fats, let's look at those. Avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, hemp oil, avocado oil, other nut and seed oils, right? They're very good for you. Make sure you're not dipping into vegetable oils. highly processed, highly refined vegetable oils, especially where it's just a bottle that says vegetable oil. It's a mix of rancid oils that are super bad for you. Healthy fats are going to help stabilize and regulate blood sugar levels, which is crucial for controlling cortisol spikes, blood sugar spikes, cortisol spikes. All of that is diminishing your body's capacity to operate at its optimum. When blood sugar drops too low, cortisol is released to help bring it back up again. Your energy levels, right? Your blood sugar levels. So, including healthy fats in your diet, in your everyday life, ensures your body has a steady energy supply, reducing unnecessary cortisol overproduction. So, as they stabilize, yes, extra virgin olive oil is very, very healthy. I mean, it's what we have as Mediterranean. It's fundamental to a Mediterranean diet. And some of you I know follow the Mediterranean diet, and it's great. Lots of olive oil in there. These fats are also going to support healthy brain function, and it'll help manage stress. So I can see there it says don't heat the olive oil. It's okay, you can heat the olive oil, but don't heat it at high temperatures. If you're going to do high temperature cooking, you're better off with something much more stable, which is coconut oil. Something like coconut, oil is great. You're welcome. And thank you for those comments. Okay, whole grains. Some of you are still having grains, so go for something like, a brown rice or quinoa or oats. There's many examples anyway, but that's just, I want to say here, soak them before you use them. All right, Mother Nature's really, really clever. She places them in a husk, right? So it's going to be very hard for you to digest them. So soak them, let that husk release, let them be tricked into sprouting. Quinoa will do that very fast. Some people can't have quinoa, so just brown rice or wild rice, or, you know, don't have any grains. It's up to you, right? But soak them before you use them and then cook them gently over a warm heat. So whole grains are rich in fiber and B vitamins, which also help regulate blood sugar levels. And they're also going to help provide energy into your body, slow release energy without incurring those sugar spikes. All right. And I know some people are just totally anti grains because of sugar and blah, blah, blah. But if you do this in a healthy way and don't have excessive grains, right? And, highly processed grains, you're going to be okay, right? Of course, if you've been told by a clinician of sorts not to eat it, then follow that. Don't follow me. I'm just telling you what I've researched and what I know works for me. The fiber in whole grains is also going to help keep your gut healthy, which is linked to hormone regulation, and cortisol is a hormone, right? There's several hormones that's going to help regulate. So this is, we're looking at grains that are really healthy for you during a detox. We're looking at a slow release of energy rather than a massive increase, right? And then a crash, and then cortisol gets released. They're also important, remember, for those B vitamins, which are essential for adrenal health. Leafy greens and vegetables, I know this can be a bit difficult for people, so let me just speak into it. So things like kale, broccoli, spinach, like some of those can be really hard for people to digest. Cruciferous vegetables, kale, they're high in fiber, green leafies. So what I suggest is when you're having something like kale, I really love the Cavolo kale, which is the black Tuscan kale. It's a beautiful leaf, thin leaf. The curly kale is what most people find in supermarkets and grocery stores, I guess. I find that more difficult to digest. I don't really enjoy that one, but we grow the Tuscan kale, and you can massage it in beautiful olive oil and herbs and salts. Take away the stem and the main vein going through it, the spine. Sorry, I'm trying to say. You can get rid of that. Just cut the green leaf off it. Don't have that bit there if it's, especially if your tummy's sensitive, and then just cut it up into pieces and massage it in some olive oil, bit of really good quality salt and some herbs. I stay away from things like um, processed nutritional flakes, yeast, processed herbs and spices from the store. I just tend to make my own, right? And then just put that in the oven at high heat and you'll get a really beautiful, and you can use coconut oil if you want, but olive oil is fine in there, and you get a really yummy crispy kale, which can then go on top of your salads, with your roast veggies or meats or whatever you're having. It's very versatile, tossed on top of your grains with veggies. The other thing I want to say to grains, if you cook them in a really good quality stock, be that a bone broth that you've made or a beautiful vegetable stock, you're going to increase bioavailability and digestibility as well. Okay, so why do we want these veggies, these green leafy veggies and other vegetables like sweet potato? That's another really good one. People are getting hungry because they're packed with antioxidants, magnesium. They're going to help, all of that's going to help reduce the inflammatory response and stress in the body. Magnesium in particular is going to help lower cortisol levels and support the adrenal glands in managing stress effectively. And in the MetaPower Recharge, you have magnesium in there. You have incredible salts, from deep ocean, right? So those electrolytes are highly effective for you, but they also are going to help as a muscle and emotional and mind relaxant. These vegetables are so good during your cortisol detox because they're going to provide these essential minerals and magnesium, and all of that's lowering cortisol. It's a whole story, right? And these foods are also fighting inflammation, which is a common side effect of chronic stress, long-term stress. And again, it's going to help support the overall health of your adrenals, right? So remember now the MetaPower Recharge. Please remember this. It's a natural electrolyte drink filled with high quality salts. It's a deep ocean mineral concentrate in there, which is very clean, highly effective magnesium source. There's coconut juice. Now, coconut and the coconut water has been drank throughout the ages because it is a natural electrolyte, right? So it's going to hydrate you. Baobab fruit extract, algae, fresh ginseng extract, and then the essential oils from the MetaPower blend. So you want to use this to uptake and maintain cellular hydration. Okay, protein rich foods, some of the meat based ones. Some of you overseas will be having things like turkey. It's not so big here in Australia, but chicken, fish, eggs, legumes, all of those are going to help, again, regulate blood sugar levels. They're going to help modulate mood, emotion. They're going to support the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine. And these are key for mood management. That's why they work so well. And when you pair this with a really good fat, you're going to increase that uptake, that bioavailability, right? So when you're consuming meat, I really recommend, if you only have a small area in your budget, let that be where it goes to things like nitrate-free meats, which means, so nitrates are and sulfates are preservatives that are used to dry fruits and meats, etc., and they're not good for your body at all. So if you go nitrate free, you'll notice there's a color difference in the meat. And if you go organic, biodynamic, or a locally grown one where you know the farmers, that's the best source. That's where I'd be putting my money if I was eating meat. So consuming these protein rich foods is so going to support keeping these cortisol levels balanced. And when you combine them with these fats, it's especially so, and complex carbs as well, right? If you have those. And I know a lot of people don't, so please don't crucify me, but not everyone is off all carbs. So I want to cater for everyone. I hope that's okay. Is this information okay? Am I overwhelming anyone? Can you put a 6 if you're overwhelmed in the chat? Is anyone overwhelmed? Okay. Put an 8 if you feel like you're soaking this in and it's really helpful. So protein-rich foods like your chicken, turkey, and legumes. I'm bringing legumes in again. I know that's not for everyone, but definitely I can have legumes and I can thrive with them. I soak them, I cook them for a long time. I wash them 20 times before I use them. So you want to make sure that you're bringing these protein rich foods in because of this regulation of blood sugar and mood stabilization. All right, and for your new neurotransmitters, if you are stabilizing and increasing the, or supporting, shall I say, the production of these neurotransmitters, you are working naturally on mood modulation, which means you are naturally supporting yourself with feelings like depressed states, anxious feelings, panic, low self esteem. Okay, darlings? Now, adaptogenics can sometimes throw people and herbs, and I really love speaking into them. But I want to remind you that doTERRA actually does have a supplement, and it's one of my favorites that I take as and when I need, especially while I'm traveling. I take it every day, and it's called Mito 2 Max. MITO, the number 2 and Max. And it's now part of the MetaPower system. They've reformulated it to make it even more outstanding. Mito 2 Max. So for anyone with low cortisol issues, meaning you feel exhausted all the time, take Mito 2 Max. So adaptogenic herbs that help the body to adapt to stress and regulate cortisol are things like ashwagandha, rhodiola. You can be doing things like having cacao, a small amount of what we call ceremonial cacao or cacao paste. A small amount of that might help people. Instead of going for coffee, have some cacao, very low levels of caffeine, mostly if you have really good qualities cacao, it will be, you can find them together or combine them with adaptogenics. The other thing you can do is take your tulsi leaf and brew a tea from it, and something like some rosebuds, some ashwagandha root, brew it in a tea, right? Any of you that want to kind of get witchy with me, and I'll show you how to brew teas. I can put some stuff there. Astragalus root is another one. Thanks, David. You read my mind. I was like, oh, there was one more I was going to mention. Blue lotus flower. You can make teas from all of these, right? Shilajit is another superhero in all of this. There was another one I was going to say. Dang, my menopausal brain. Okay, just pop some more adaptogenics in there if you can think of them, and that will help me heaps. And the other thing is really good medicinal mushrooms, right? I'm not talking like hallucinogenic ones, like back in the 70s and people were on the shrooms. I'm talking good quality shrooms that you can add to your mixes. So um what else did I want to say about that? So basically, the adaptogens, they'll help you to adapt to stress. They'll help you to adapt to whatever's going on in your life. Lion's mane, yes, that's a really good one. Yeah. Okay, let's look at fruits, fresh fruits that are high in, essential vitamins that we need. Vitamin C, right? In here, we have a liposomal vitamin C, and that's the highest quality, the best quality, most outstanding quality bioavailable vitamin C, and it's going to increase the uptake of collagen. So this is the only supplement doTERRA has that has a marine source, sustainably sourced marine collagen. They do have the yarrow pom botanical duo, or some countries it's called nutritive duo, and it's the one with the dropper. So it's yarrow essential oil suspended in pomegranate seed oil. Pomegranate seed oil is high in antioxidants, and the yarrow pom in there, it becomes a natural plant collagen. So that goes on the face and on the body. To plump up the skin, really feed and hydrate the skin, and it can also go under the tongue. Yes, reishi. Reishi was the other one I was thinking about, another amazing mushroom. Thanks, loves. So the vitamin C is gonna help reduce oxidative stress, which is so supportive in your overall immune function. All right, fermented foods. I love them. I love them. I don't have them as often as I used to. I don't tend to have a need, but I love making myself a bit of sauerkraut with either a white or purple cabbage, or I'll do some fermented veggies, and I'll just have those as and when I need. There's lots of ways you can learn how to do that, but ultimately it's one of the keys to a healthy gut. But sometimes for people, they've got to work on their gut before they can even handle having fermented foods, because otherwise they'll just end up with the runs, so small amounts. It's going to support a healthy microbiome and regulate the stress response, and again, also work with your moods, overall moods, and emotions, and reducing stress levels. So fermented foods, like make your own yogurts and labneh. Let them ferment. Sourdough. Maybe you're not making that yourself, but you buy a really good quality sourdough. That's been fermented. So have this kind of stuff, because a healthy gut microbiome is key. It plays a very special role in your hormone balance and cortisol regulation, mood modulation. And most people don't know how to emotionally regulate, right? So if you can learn to do that, and we're going to go through some processes for that in this. Remember, doTERRA has PB Assist, and they've also just released the PB Restore last year, which is amazing for your microbiome, right? So we're looking at the gut-brain axis. If you don't have a balanced gut health and good flora production, it affects what's happening in your brain and really affects your moods and emotions, and can lead to quite dark nights of the soul, heavy depression. So let me just explain microbiome for those that don't understand that. It refers to the vast community of microorganisms, including bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other microbes that are living in your body, in your gut mostly, particularly in your gut. These microbes play a crucial role in digesting food, supporting your immunity, your whole immune system, and producing certain vitamins and influencing your overall health. So a balanced microbiome is essential for maintaining bodily functions, including hormone regulation like cortisol. Well, what do you know? Right? See how it's just like, it's almost like this centrifugal point to so much in our lives. And I honestly believe we get to this point in our lives, like our 40s and 50s, and go, what just happened? Where did all my energy go? Where did my gut's capacity to, to have resilience go? Where's my immune system gone? Where's my overall resilience gone? Emotional resilience, right? So, mood, digestion, immune response, it's all affected by your gut health or lack thereof. So, disruptions to the microbiome leads to various health issues. And I think you probably know a lot about these, right? Ultimately, inflammation and stress is going to increase when that happens. So please stay on top of it. I take a PB Restore every day. You want to have hydrating foods as well. So seasonally, cucumbers, watermelons, celery, you can juice them, put them in your salads, have them as they are, but make sure you're having that, because that's going to support adrenal function and help the body to flush out toxins, right? Because high toxicity, again, going back to pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, perfumes, things that are sprayed in the atmosphere, pollution, all of that is going to affect and contribute to cortisol imbalance and hormonal imbalances. And it's also going to affect your body's capacity to uptake food and the nutrients in food, and also hydration. So it's not only key but essential that you have some of these foods. Some of these actual high content foods, like your watermelon, cucumber, celery, cantaloupe, rock melon, whatever you call it, these foods, they are incredible for supporting electrolyte balance as well in your body. And some of you put a pinch of salt in your water, that's great. But ultimately, if you can take the MetaPower Recharge, this is really going to support you. So before I finish today, I want to say, please remember to take the Recharge daily for those that can easily get that, right? And if you don't, add some salt to your water so that you can actually hydrate at a cellular level. Please start now by taking these daily. So 1 sachet of your MetaPower Advantage. This is your collagen, because remember, collagen production starts to diminish from your 20s. If you go into early perimenopause, or menopause, especially for those that have had operations. And this is for men and women. We just don't know what to call it for men. But your body's capacity to produce collagen diminishes even more, right? So by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, your body's going, "Oh, help me out here." So that's why this is so essential. And because of the way that, we live our lives these days, just put my notes away, because of the way we live our lives these days, and, soil doesn't have the nutritional content it once did, and everything's sprayed. Your foods, by the time you get them, have been sprayed, and then they're stored in cold storage and sprayed with antifungals, right? So they don't grow mold. So all of that is contributing to the toxic load in your body. So this cortisol detox is really going to help that as well. Okay. Any questions? Would anyone like to come off mute and ask anything or say something? So, Karen, what if you're intolerant to the cucumber and celery? Oh, they were just some examples, my sweetheart. So you can do watermelon, like any of the melons. A good lettuce is made up of a lot of water. Just Google which foods are high water content and bring more of those in your life, and that will help you. But again, hydrating with good foods and vegetables. That was great information. Also, okay, great. So Stacey says, is the recharge just a US product in Australia? At the moment, yes. So at Leadership, they have released the MetaPower Recharge. They announced its arrival, so we'll get it in the lemon lime flavor and the strawberry flavor. So they should be here. Let me see. They're hoping by June at the latest. April is the fingers crossed time, but let's under promise and say June so that we're not left disappointed. So hydrogen, what was just asked for me? Any opinion on hydrogen water? Yes, let me go into that in a minute. Is the MetaPower Mito 2 Max more detoxifying than the original Mito 2 Max? No, it's not a detoxifier. It actually is contributing to energy levels. So it's helping with slow release of energy. So the formulation is even better now. Is VMG Plus in the US at the moment? Yes, it's in the US. Yep. Okay. VMG will come out in Australia and New Zealand market next year. How much fruit can you have a day? This actually varies from person to person. So I can't say, but you can get that tested. You can get yourself checked for that. Okay. Hydrogen water. So I bought many years ago. It's called a Kangen water machine. And I can give you a contact for that. It goes everywhere in the world. And the woman that I work with on this is actually coming in here in this cortisol detox program to speak on hydrogen water. I'm not an expert. I did learn about it, but hello menopause brain, I can only retain so much. But I tell you what, I hydrate so much better with it. Yeah, Julie, do you like it as well? I love mine. So I hydrate much better with it. And it's someone else is privately messaging me saying I have that as well. So lots of people have this machine by the looks of it. So it hydrates you more effectively, but better than that, our inner world needs more alkaline water. Our outer world, our face and skin, needs more acidic, and this machine does the various pH spectrum. So I have someone coming in who is going to explain all of that to you, and just message me if you want her contact details before that, and I can get you onto it. Okay. So, any other questions? Sorry, I don't want to talk about it, and it's not really my area of expertise. I'd rather have the expert come in, and you can probably see the timetable for when she's coming in. You want to know about this. Okay, David, can you message me and I'll send you the details on that, my love. So I'm going to tell you something really funny about this water. My husband absolutely loves it, absolutely thinks it's the bee's knees now. But when I first mentioned it, his first response was, "You want what? You want what? For how much? What? Babe, come on." So So I had my friend come out and speak about it and really explain it and explain the science behind it and how this makes a difference. And you can even use this water to do shots of it for your immune system. And I put essential oils. You can use it in your diffusers. Like, it's so incredible the way this system works. Um, Will a more simple hydrogen water bottle do for now? I mean, I don't know what that bottle is. I've got no idea. But I use this. I can only speak into what I have, so I don't know. If it's working for you, I guess it's fine though, right? Okay, darlings, I don't want to go too overtime. I'm going to stop the recording, and anyone who has questions, please let me know. And what I'll do is we're going to do a draw with everyone who showed up live today and live on the first video. And one of you is going to have one of these incredible doTERRA branded MetaPower mixers coming your way. It's my new favorite mixer. It is like, you just put two AA batteries in and it's like, it foams it up. It's incredible. I love it. It's great. So I just bought these to give away one per phase in this cortisol detox, and lots of other gifts I have, so that you can all have this amazing one. And if you're the one that wins it and you already have one, maybe you'll pass it on to someone, right? A gift that keeps on giving. I love you all so much. We will see you this Saturday for the next presentation, and that's with Joanna Rosling. She is an incredible clinician. She's got an incredible background, and very diverse with the knowledge and the wisdom that she's gathered academically and on a self-study tour as well during her life. So I think you are going to love hearing from Joanna Rosling. So jump on live if you can and tell your people to come on live and join us. Okay, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on Saturday. I'll stop the recording. Anyone who has questions, I'm here for you.